All right, I want to welcome everybody to the Wednesday night Cepeda Zoom meeting. Tonight, the emphasis is more on the business side of Isagenix as opposed to our Monday nights where we spend more of our time on the product side. We will be talking a little bit about the product tonight, so we'll go ahead and read this disclaimer real quick. Kathy Coover's pictured here on this page because her and her husband Jim and everybody at corporate are very, very sincere in keeping this company very integrous. And we in the field 100% support that. We want this to be a legacy company. In order for that to happen, we have to play by the rules. And so the statements in this presentation have been evaluated by the Food and Drug, have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results not typical. Weight loss, muscle gain, lifestyle, and other results depicted in this presentation reflect exceptional experiences of Isagenix customers and should not be construed as typical or average. You can read the rest of that on the product. Well, I do want to talk to you a little about the income because we're going to talk a little about income tonight and how to earn income, as this is a business presentation. The ability to earn income on the Isagenix team compensation plan depends on many factors, including an individual associate's business, social, and sales skills, personal ambition and activity, availability of time and financial resources, and access to a large network of family, friends, and business contacts. Isagenix cannot and does not guarantee any particular level of earnings. Even associates who dedicate a significant amount of time, effort, and personal funds may not achieve a meaningful level of success. For average earnings, please refer to the Isagenix earnings disclosure statement at isagenixearnings.com. With that being said, I want to tell you there are people having great results with both the product and with the income, and we're going to share some of that with you here tonight. I want to start out by talking a little bit about the company, and then I'm going to introduce my special guest. He's going to share his story real quick with you, Steve Cunningham. But I want to tell you, Isagenix is a very special company. I'll share more of my story later, but just real briefly, my name is Chuck Williams, and my background is from a very young age. At the age of 24, I was actually the general manager of an industrial laundry plant down in Houston, Texas. I relocated my wife and small baby at the time to Houston, Texas, and all of a sudden, I was a general manager of an industrial laundry plant. Had about 50 employees working for me, and I was over the entire plant down there. It was a pretty amazing feat for a 24-year-old kid. Company car, nice salary, benefits. But one thing about corporate America that I did not enjoy was the stress of never knowing if you're going to have a job the next day. And no matter how well I performed throughout my corporate career, and I did quite well, I made a good six-figure income most of my career, hit bonuses, was in the top 2-3% of my field. But there was never that security that I wanted, as my wife had the privilege of staying home and raising our kids, which is the best occupation in the world. And she really invested in our children, and together we raised them. But I never had that security. Every Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, I would start to get a pit in my stomach, and I'd go on vacation. It would take me to like Tuesday afternoon to start to really relax. And then about Friday afternoon, I'd start to get my normal Sunday tension in my stomach. And that went on for years and years and years. And then later in my career, started to get laid off through no fault of my own. Just basically, I was a high salary individual. And literally, I would get laid off. I had it happen to me 3 times. And I'm almost ashamed to say this, but 3 times with the same company. The first time I got laid off, before I even got through job placement, another division of the company hired me. And unfortunately for that company, they had trained me during the outplacement on how to negotiate my salary. So for the first time in my career, I knew how to do that. So I negotiated a higher salary coming back to the same company that just laid me off. Then they laid me off again. And the third time they hired me back, I said, guys, I can't even come back to you. My wife would shoot me if I came back to you again. But both times we left on good terms. I said, look, I'll come back on one condition. And I laid out some conditions that were ridiculous. The salary was a nice increase for myself, guaranteed bonus. And I said, if for some reason you do decide to lay off me a third time, here's the severance package I want upfront guaranteed. And sure enough, they agreed. I should have known when they agreed to all the terms I set. I was walking into a hornet's nest. And I really was. I took over a plant here in St. Louis, Missouri. I relocated my family here to St. Louis. And that plant was in horrible shape. We turned it around, but I only lasted a couple of years. And sure enough, I got laid off that third time from the same company. But I had negotiated that severance package, so I at least had that. But there's no security at a corporate job. And that's what I grew up. I grew up, get a good education, get a good job, make a lot of money, and then retire and live happily ever after. Well, that corporate America dream didn't work for me. I got introduced to network marketing halfway through that career in corporate America. And for many years, I worked part-time building different companies. I learned quite a bit about this industry. I learned what makes a good company and what makes a bad company. And unfortunately, I wasn't too good at picking companies. I like the newer companies. And that sounds good when somebody tells you they got a ground floor opportunity. Well, after you have a little experience, you realize that's not so good because 95, 98% of those companies don't make it 5 years. And what good does it do to build a network marketing company if there's no residual income? That's what brings me to Isagenix. I want to tell you that this company has it all together. In all my years in this industry and looking at companies and being a top income earner with 4 different companies, I've never seen a company that even comes close to scoring a 10 on all the major categories like Isagenix does. It's absolutely amazing. We're going to talk a little bit about the company here, and then we're going to talk about the product. We're going to talk about the compensation plan. We're going to talk about the system, and we're going to wrap it up with timing and where we are in the market. All 5 score a 10, which is it's absolutely unbelievable, but it's true here at Isagenix. The company started in 2002. John Anderson developed a product that was very unique and special, and he didn't want to take it to one of the 600 plus companies that he had sold formulas to before. He had formulated over 2,000 nutritional products, but he didn't want to take his baby, his invention that he developed to really save his own life, at least his foot, from being amputated. He got bit by a brown recluse spider. The hospital was about to amputate his foot and about the ankles from the story I heard from John Anderson on a recording of an interview he did with our mentors, Herb and Patty Cepeda. And basically, he developed a product that became Cleanse for Life. Now, over in the UK, we just launched there last year. We are an international business. We're now in 15 markets. We're already scheduled to open up Belgium and Spain later this year, which will be 16 and 17 major markets. So it's an international business, but really just getting started on the international level. When Isagenix started, it was not started to become a multi-billion-dollar company and make a lot of money. It was started for the health. Really, it was started for the health of it. The Coovers and the Andersons wanted to take this product to the world and impact world health. Now, in the process, they realized that they had to do 2 things. You couldn't just affect health. You had to affect health and wealth. You had to give people freedom, both financially and physically. And that's what they've done here. 2002, we started, so we're on our 16th year. We've done $6 billion in sales. So again, I told you some of those shiny objects that I used to play with and do as a company, and they're not around anymore. There's no residual income. I got one company that's still paying me residual income of all the companies I've worked before. Now with Isagenix, I have found my home for life. This is all I do. I'm thoroughly here for life. Very, very excited about this, and so is my family. The company is rock solid. When you look at the leadership, the quality of people leading this company, from Travis Ogden to Travis Garza, the list goes on and on and on at the corporate office of the top-notch management team that Jim and Kathy Coover have put together to run this company. It is on a very, very solid foundation. This past year, we just fell just short of $1 billion in sales in 1 year, and the company was only 15 years old at the time it did that. This year, projection is to $1.2 billion. So we're going to blow right by the $1 billion mark. And the goal this year is $1.2 billion. And for those in the know, think that might even be a little conservative. I've heard from top corporate executives, they expect to do $2 billion within 36 to 48 months. That's doubling the size of a company. It took 15 years to get there and then another 3 years to double it. And the path goes on and on and on. We believe that this will be a $6, $8, $10 billion a year company. In fact, the Coovers believe this will be an $80 to $100 billion a year company. Now, I'm saying B with a B like billion, not million. The biggest health and wellness company in the world today is Johnson & Johnson. And the Coovers' vision is to be the largest health and wellness company in the world. So that's a little bit about the company. Do your homework on the company. You will not be disappointed. The more you learn about the company, the more excited you'll get that this is the right company. Now, I want to introduce to you a gentleman by the name of Steve Cunningham, and he's got a little bit of the same story I do. He's been very successful in the industry. He's recently come on board with Isagenix, and he's very, very serious about building this as his primary business. So, Steve, without any further ado, I'd like you to just share your story and tell people why Isagenix for you and your family.
Hey, Doug, thanks, Chuck, for having me on the call tonight. My name is Steve Cunningham, and I'm here in the Los Angeles area. And I've been in the home-based business industry for a little over 20 years now. The way I got introduced to this business was I was a full-time single dad. I was earning a 6-figure income doing real estate loans. But the problem with that was I couldn't, Los Angeles is too big of a city for, kids to be raising themselves at home while I'm away at work, right? So I had to find a way to create that income from home in an ideal world so I could be home when my kids got home from school. That was my motivation. That's what I started looking for. Found network marketing, got involved in a company, and long story short, just kind of followed the game plan and learned how to build a business on the way to building the business. Long story very short, we ended up building a team of over 52,000 associates. 27 of us earned either $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year with that company. And I say all that to say, when I saw Isagenix, it was by far the best company that I've ever seen before for a few different reasons. And I give you my so-called success history because I just want to kind of share with you that the reason I have an opinion, the reason I believe I know what it takes to build a significant team, I have an idea, but it's all here at Isagenix and more. Things that were, super important to me when I looked at this was, the product. I mean, the product had to be something special. And, when you see the results, be it before and after pictures, when you see the results that this product creates, it's going to be undeniable that the product works. So we'll just leave that there. The fact that we had great corporate leadership, somebody who, obviously knew how to run a legacy company, being a billion-dollar company and beyond. We have that in place. I won't go into it, but for anyone who does any homework, you will see that with the Cougars, they've already built billion-dollar companies in the past. What else was really important to me was the team and organizational leadership. Here we are not only have an opportunity to work with Chuck Williams, doing the presentation right now, but this team under, Herb and Patty Cepeda, I mean, you're talking about the number one income earners in a company of, I don't know, 600,000, at least customers. I mean, this, so it allows us to be able to follow a step-by-step game plan, a step-by-step system, as if it were a franchise laid out by the number one income earners in the company. I mean, it wouldn't even be fair for me to share their income, so we won't go there. And obviously, they are not typical, but we're not looking for typical. The bottom line is I just couldn't be more excited about everything that's here. And when it comes to the compensation plan, I'll tell you, I've looked at a lot of companies. Like I said, I've been in the industry for over 20 years. And, I mean, to be able to determine the level of income you like to reach, be it, I mean, $10,000 a month, $10,000 a week, $10,000 a day, that's not average, obviously, but if you look at the compensation plan, you will see that not only is it doable, but people are making that kind of money here. It's just, I think it's as good as it gets. And with that, Chuck, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share. I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate you coming on tonight. And you mentioned the products speak for themselves. They really do. We have all kinds of in-depth training on the product. We're not going to go into the product a lot tonight. On Monday evenings, we have a product emphasis call where we spend more time focused on these amazing products. And whether I was in this business or not, probably the best testimony I can give you is I would never be without these products. And I've never been able to say that about any other company I've ever been in. If I wasn't in the company and if I wasn't making money off those products, I probably would find another product. Not with Isagenix. With Isagenix, even if I wasn't in the business, I would still find a way to get these products. I absolutely love them. I love what they've done for my body. Speaking of my body, the picture on the left is my body before Isagenix. Now, I had actually lost a little bit of that fat before I officially started using Isagenix, just as full disclosure. But the middle picture is after I lost about 25 pounds. And I did no exercise to get to that point. I literally just used the Isagenix products. I felt great. I had more energy. But all of a sudden, I had an incredible urge to start working out again. It was amazing. And part of that was the, I guess, going to Celebration and I saw other people and what they had transformed their bodies into, and it motivated my wife and I to do the same. So we started working out, using some of the performance products, and literally today, I am in as good a shape today as I was back in college playing football and baseball. So I am ecstatic about the Isagenix products and what it's done for my life and what it's done for many other people I've seen. Again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on the product tonight. I just want to show you some other people who have literally had major life transformations. These two ladies happen to be featured in People magazine. This young lady was the winner of the Ice and Body Challenge last year. Amazing transformation. I'll never forget her going on stage and saying, the Helen is back. She had her life back. She had her energy back. She could play with her kids again. It was an amazing, emotional time to watch her share. We just had this gentleman, Mark Nixon, on our call Monday night, and he shared his story. What a life transformation. Here he was. His daughter got involved in the business and pretty much insisted that he at least try it before he shook her off. And it literally transformed his life, and now he's inspiring many, many others. This is Herb Cepeda's sister, Josie Cepeda. Amazing transformation in her body and her life. She is now inspiring many, many other people. It's just an incredible, incredible business. Now, it's not just weight loss by any stretch of the imagination. We literally are about energy, performance, healthy aging, and obviously one of the byproducts of great nutrition is your body will naturally lose unwanted fat. Can you relate to some of these pictures? Now, tonight, I just want to find out, what are you currently spending on your food? Because one of the objections when you start getting good nutrition is, oh, that might cost too much. And I'm telling you, it does not cost too much. If you do the math, you'll find out that you'll probably end up saving money in the short term, and I know you will in the long term, because instead of being on all kinds of medication and having health problems, you have the opportunity to keep yourself at a high level of nutrition and good health. So we have 3 basic packs that the company provides. You've got the basic pack on the far right, about $10 a day. The premium pack, $15 a day. The value pack for $20 a day. So when I'm talking to customers, these are the 3 packs that I emphasize. And the one I highlight is typically the value pack. This week, we have an incredible special where if you buy a value pack, the company waives the shipping up to $50. So you can literally save up to $50. The value pack is the best value for the customer. Now, if you're thinking about doing this as a business, by far the best pack you can get is the Ultimate Pack. The Ultimate Pack is about $40 a day, but it literally has a cross-section of just about everything the company has to offer. When my wife and I bought the Ultimate Pack, it literally opened our eyes to just how big the product line was and what we had our hands on. It wasn't just a few products. We have an amazing product line, and that Ultimate Pack will really put you in a position to understand the product line better, which you'd want to do as a business owner, but also it allows you to take full advantage of an incredible compensation plan. So let's talk about the compensation plan for just a moment or two here. When you get involved in the business, you become a customer. All of us come in as a customer. If you want to build a business, which I assume you do, being on this particular presentation, you're going to go in your back office. There's a big purple box. It says Become an Associate. You're going to click it. You're going to watch a little video. You're going to learn how seriously we take compliance and doing things the right way. And then you're going to fill out a little form. So if you're in the United States, they can send you your 1099. We are in 15 markets around the world, as I mentioned. So when you, as an associate, introduce someone by referring them, and they get their own site using your ID number as a referral code, you're going to get a product introduction bonus if they buy a qualifying pack. Those packs will pay you anywhere from $25 to $150 in what's called a product introduction bonus. Now, I want to use the example of the value pack in our math tonight because that's the most valuable pack for most customers. And so we're going to use that as our example. So if you come in and you share this with a couple of new customers, and those customers buy a value pack, you're going to earn a $100 product introduction bonus off each of those value packs. If, however, those 2 customers get started in the same week, the company doubles your product introduction bonus. They actually call it the double PIB, double product introduction bonus. So in this example, you would earn $400. So the cost of a value pack is under $600, and then you add shipping and tax most weeks. This week, you don't have to add shipping. So you're looking at about a little over $600 for your value pack. By simply referring 2 other customers to get the same quality products that you just purchased, you've paid for 67% of your value pack. Right there, that easy. just in referrals. Now, a lot of people ask, well, am I limited to 2 referrals? No, you can refer as many people as you want. And for each of those, you're going to get a product introduction bonus. Now, once you have 2 customers, one on your right and one on your left, and you only have 2 teams to build here, one right, one left, you're going to become what our company calls a consultant. You've now gone from an associate to a consultant. No matter how long it takes you to do that, the company's going to pay you a $50 rank advancement bonus. So now, if you sold 2 value packs in the same week, and you, for the first time, became a consultant, you would have earned $450. At this point, you want to teach your new associates how to do the same thing you just did to start to get their products paid for. So as your 2 new associates each get 2 customers, they become what's called consultants, and you're going to earn $100 from each of those 2 new consultants. Now, you're not limited to 2 of those either. The first 20 times you help one of your associates become a consultant, you get one of those $100 bonuses. So literally, Isagenix has a stack of 20 $100 bills just waiting to give to you as you help your new people go from customer to associate to consultant. They're great. I think I've earned all 20 of mine so far, but that's $2,000 just waiting for you to help people get a couple customers. It's very, very easy to do. So in this example now, you've got your $450 that we mentioned earlier, plus if you help your 2 customers become associates, become consultants, you're now to $650. You have completely paid for your value pack. So you're even, and you got a whole month's worth of food basically, and you're on your path to having better health, which is priceless. Now, if you do that within 90 days, I'm sorry, 60 days, 90 would be ridiculously long. It used to be 30, and the company stretched it to 60. If you do it within 60 days under most situations, you're going to earn a $250 Crystal Manager bonus. However, right now, the company's running a rapid Crystal Reset bonus. That bonus runs through April 1st. So if you become a Crystal Manager by April 1st, instead of earning $250 for your Crystal Manager bonus, the company's going to pay you $500. $250 right away and $250 in June. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so exciting because when you add all those numbers up, that's over $1,000 in bonuses. And that's just the foundation of what you can earn going forward with our cycle bonuses and pool bonuses. This company has it down. In fact, I've been involved in this company for just over a year, and it's been so exciting. It has been the best compensation plan I've ever been a part of. I have personally earned up to close to $300,000 in a year with other companies. And so you might be saying, well, you know, Steve and you haven't really made $1 million yet with this company. No, we haven't yet. I've only been here a year. Steve's been here much less than that. But we'll tell you this. When you've been successful in another company and you come to one that's better than what you've been in and you see what you've got before you, you know what you can do. It is so exciting to us to realize that we are sitting on an absolute gold mine. Last week on this call, 1 week ago today, we had Jessica Johnson doing the presentation. And here's a young lady who is as humble as you can be, but she's sitting there with a 7-figure annual income. Herb Cepeda was talking to her not too long ago, and they were just kind of doing the math together. And Jessica Johnson mentioned to Herb Cepeda that she had earned $5 million in her first 5 years with Isagenix. Now, again, like Steve Cunningham said, these are not normal numbers. These are the top of the top. But $5 million in 5 years, I've been in a lot of companies. I don't know of anybody who's done that. And the cool thing is, Herb Cepeda, Herb and Patty were comparing what they did in their first 5 years. Jessica Johnson did better. So someone that they brought into the business has earned money faster than they did. And they've earned over $20 million in 10 years. So I would happen to say Jessica Johnson's on a pretty significant pace here to make a lot of money with Isagenix. But the great thing about Isagenix is it's not just a couple people that we all have to point to and run on a treadmill to hope we get to. There are hundreds of people who have earned $1 million with Isagenix. There was a stage full at Celebration of people that have earned 6 figures. This company makes it to where anybody can come in and work the plan and build a strong residual income. But they've got everything covered, from your upfront rank advancement bonuses to your leadership pool bonuses to your long-term residual income with cycle bonuses. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of the compensation plan. In fact, I'm done talking about the compensation plan. But I'm just here to tell you, from my 20-plus years experience and having been at the top of 4 different companies, I'm not talking the top of the pay plan. I'm talking being the #1 income earner with 4 different companies. There is nothing that even comes close to comparing with Isagenix. I wish and pray I would have found this 8 years ago, but then I think about it and said, well, you know what? I was able to get all my life experiences that I've gotten to get to this point, and I was able to get on the perfect team, the Cepeda team, at the perfect time in Isagenix. There is never a better time to get started with Isagenix than right now. So when do you want to start seeing results, both physically in the transformation of your body and financially in your finances? We are with the best team in Isagenix. I say that unashamedly. There's no doubt about it. The Cepedas have paved a path, and they're still passionate about helping those of us that want to follow in their freedom footsteps to do the same thing. They do calls every morning to help us. They are available. They put on events. They're still working this business. Now, I will tell you, they're working themselves out of a job because this is not a job. This is a lifestyle. It's a business. But they are developing other leaders to take over so they can go on and do other things that they want to do. But one of the things they want to do is help you and me have the type of success they've had and even more. There's nothing thrills them more than seeing someone like Jessica Johnson make more in less time than they did. And Herb Cepeda will tell you, Patty will tell you, the compensation plan we have today is at least 10 times better than what they had when they started 10 plus years ago. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you, get back with the person that invited you. Tell them you want to get plugged in. Now to get plugged in, all you're basically doing is buying some product. Decide a pack that fits your needs. If you want to build this as a business, think of it as a business and get that ultimate pack. If you want to come in as just a customer, we love customers. Get the value pack because you're absolutely going to get the most value for your money. Do the math, figure out the products you get. If you sit down across the table from me, you're getting the value pack, not because I'm going to force it on you, but because I'm going to help you understand that the company's made the value pack so valuable that it's foolish not to come in with that pack at least. And then if you're really serious about this from a business standpoint and you want to have the greatest success as a business owner, then you definitely want to go with the ultimate pack. So get back with the person who invited you, and we will see you at the top. Now, I got a couple of announcements for those of you that are already in the business. This coming Friday night, there's going to be an awesome opportunity meeting in Charlotte. You can go to besetfreelife.com and get the details. You can bring guests. It's free. You don't want to miss it. There'll be phenomenal speakers, absolutely phenomenal speakers. You don't want to miss it Friday night. And by the way, no matter where you are in the world, you can invite people to that meeting, send them there, and the team in Charlotte will actually show them the business for you, sign them up, get them started with your enroller ID number, and they'll train them, help them start to grow. We're all a team here. We work together. So no matter where you are in the world, even if you can't be there Friday night, invite your guests. Go through your Facebook, go through your LinkedIn, go through your Rolodex, find out who you know in North Carolina and the surrounding area and get them to that meeting Friday night. And then, of course, there is a Super Saturday. I mentioned Jessica Johnson earlier. She'll be there. She's hosting the weekend. It will be phenomenal. You'll have multiple million-dollar-a-year earners teaching you and instructing you to help you succeed also. And last but not least, I do want to tell you, I mentioned it during the call tonight, but there is a rapid crystal reset going on right now. Just about everybody listening to my voice right now has the opportunity to get double bonuses across the board. And so I want to encourage you, find out with the person that invites you where you fall and what you have available to you. But most of us have $4,000 sitting on the table right there before us that Isagenix wants to pay us for simply going out and sharing this with other people. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time tonight. I hope you see the magnitude of what someone has invited you to be a part of. Do them the honor of getting back with them and let them know where you stand. Either one, hey, I'm not really interested right now. Timing's not for me. I can't imagine that, but if that's the case, tell them that. Be honest with them. But if it is for you, if you caught the vision with us, tell them I want to get my position locked in. I want to get my product. I can't wait to get that in my body. And then show me how I can start to earn those bonuses and get my products paid for. That's the bottom line. That's what everybody should do. And then if you want to go beyond that, come join us at the top. There's plenty of room. God bless you, and thank you very much. Steve Cunningham, thank you for being my guest tonight.